You have probably felt it, that creeping sensation when you are scrolling your feed, that you're tossing words into a canyon and only hearing echoes back. You are surrounded by a constant stream of noise, but somehow completely isolated. People call this the dead internet theory. It usually gets brushed off as a fringe conspiracy, but it is actually much more useful as a direct diagnosis for this exact modern condition. We log on looking for another person, but increasingly we are stumbling into closed loops. We are reading text generated by one algorithm, promoted by another, and replied to by a third. The internet feels incredibly lonely because the human presence you are searching for has statistically been drowned out by synthetic noise. To see exactly when the human element started fading, we can check the internet's own historical record using the Wayback Machine. If we try to pull up one of the earliest foundational human discussions about this very theory, a lengthy thread from the Agora Road forums, the archive returns a stark message because the page does not exist. The original human record is already gone. Even if we cross-reference this with mainstream publications, trying to load early articles about AI from Wired magazine, we get the exact same algorithmic dead end. Compare that evaporating digital footprint to the physical world. We have tangible, printed magazines from the 90s proving that humans used to drive the conversation. Now, the massive digital infrastructure built to preserve our cultural history is frequently just pointing us toward empty, automated shells. Back in the late 90s, navigating the web was a deliberate, manual process. You sat down at a desktop, typed in a destination, and searched for specific information crafted by other people. That intentionality collided with the business models of late-stage digital capitalism. Social platforms rely on continuous, accelerating growth to generate advertising revenue. This chart shows human capacity plateauing at a flat line, while required platform growth surges upward. This illustrates the human bottleneck. Biological users need to sleep, work, and step away from screens, meaning our finite attention spans hit a hard ceiling while revenue targets demanded infinite scaling. To bridge that gap, platforms needed engagement that didn't require sleep. They began relying heavily on bots, automated scripts that can click, refresh, and consume infinitely without ever getting tired. The gradual disappearance of actual people was a mandatory evolution to keep the revenue models functioning. Today, large portions of internet traffic are simply automated programs pinging other automated programs, artificially inflating engagement metrics for advertisers. You can think of the modern web like the massive, sprawling directories of an academic journal database. It is organized into endless subjects: bioscience, humanities, physical sciences, presenting an illusion of deep, comprehensive archives. But click through those sterile menus, and you often find there is nobody home. The functional elements work perfectly. The register and login prompts sit at the top, the add to cart buttons are highly optimized, and the search bars are responsive. Yet the actual content inside is completely hollow. To keep those functional elements from looking entirely abandoned, AI now mass produces the text and images that fill the space, creating just enough material to keep the automated engagement loops running. We are wandering through an abandoned shopping mall. The lights are on, the music is playing, and the escalators are moving, but the systems are running entirely for an audience of machines. There isn't a secret cabal or a grand architect steering this process. The web is just doing exactly what its financial incentives trained it to do. This diagram shows the resulting closed-loop system. An artificial intelligence generates a post, an automated bot clicks on it, and a fraction of a cent in ad revenue is logged in a server, over and over again. Compare that fragile, looping mirage to the solid stone and columns of physical institutions. Real libraries and archives stand in the physical world, representing actual human knowledge that requires real people to verify and maintain. The digital realm has been quietly hollowed out, leaving behind a ghost town where the clearest evidence of its death is the trail of missing links and failed archive searches. So if you feel disconnected while scrolling, your instincts are correct. It is the natural reaction to navigating an environment where the human spirit has been systematically evicted. We stare into these glowing rectangles, looking for validation, but the digital world can no longer provide the authenticity or human friction we crave. Genuine connection, the messy, unoptimized reality of human interaction, can only be found by pulling your attention back into the physical spaces around you. At a certain point, the only winning move in an automated system is to step out of the loop. You have to make the conscious choice to snap the screen shut and walk away. Because if the internet is truly dead, the only place left to actually live is in the real world.